Oh hi. Innsbruck, the city in Austria, the administrative center of the federal land of Tyrol. It is located in the west of the country on the river bank of Inn. The square of the city minus 104.91 km. The population minus 131,961 persons. 2020. Large industrial, tourist, cultural and sports center of Austria. Innsbruck is in the valley on the river bank of Inn in the center of East Alps, at the foot of ridge Karwendel in 478 km to the west of Vienna. Population 1904 9727, 1951 95055, 1961 100,959, 1971 116,104, 1981 117,287, 1991 118,112, 2001 113,392, 2007 117,916. In 15 years B.C. At the Emperor Augustus, the Alpine region included the Roman troops under command of his adopted sons of Tiberia and Drusus, who won area up to Danube. The area of Tyrol became the important transit region on the trade way the north, since then the south. In 200 a new era, the Emperor Septimius severed the strengthened Valdadina fortress. German, modern Velden is based on a way to Augsburg. After the crash of the Western Roman Empire, the area of Tyrol was won by Alemannia and then Ostgothum. In 550, ancestors of modern Bavarians in the course of resettlement of the people occupied the valley Inner, and all territory got under the power of the Duchy of Bavaria. Having got through Brenner Pass into the southern Tyrol, the Bavarians, who mixed up by then with local population, faced the Slavs living in the region of Lienza. Further Christianization of Edge was continued by the Irish and Anglo-Saxon missionaries. For the first time, the name Innsbruck is mentioned in 11 AD. As the city of Innsbruck is founded in 1234, according to the order of the Duke Otton-Moransky. In 1239 the city acquired own rights and privileges, and in the 1420th Innsbruck became the capital of Front Austria. In 1248 it was formed, and in 1271 the state Tyrol, which was under the power of the local duke, gained independence. In 1363 the Duke Rudolf IV Habsburg came to the power by the right of inheritance. Since then up to the crash of the monarchy, Tyrol there was under the power of Habsburg. At the Duke Rudolf IV in 1420 Innsbruck becomes the main town of Tyrol. In 1486 the first thaler, which became an important all-European coin, is wrapped up. In 1504 by order of the Emperor Maximilian from East Coast. From the village of Mukla to Innsbruck moved armorers and based big manufactories in the city. Then Innsbruck becomes one of the main European weapon centers, and a weapon manufactory, the Europe's first state weapon production. In 1508 Maximilian I, at whom Innsbruck became one of the most important centers of the European policy and culture, was crowned. In 1526 during Peasant War there was an idea of creation of the country, Christian and Democratic Republic. The founder Herr Michael Geismar was executed in Venice after defeat of Peasant War. In 1552 the Elector of Saxony Moritz, who intruded in Tyrol with army, devastated the country. The Archduke Ferdinand II founded the known meeting of cultural values in Fur. To Amka to Embrasa, at the same time considerable buildings were built. At the Reformation began, but to it was opposed. With assistance of the Archduke, Jesuits and Capuchins. The Counter-Reformation and Protestantism in Tyrol didn't keep. In 1665 the line Tyrolean-Gabsbergau was stopped, and afterwards the country lost the independence, having passed under the power of the Vienna line of this sort. At the Emperor Leopold I in 1669 in Innsbruck the university was founded. During war between Austria and France for the Spanish inheritance together with troops of the Bavarian Elector Max Emmanuel the French entered Tyrol in 1703, but attack was reflected. In honor of this event in Innsbruck the monument of Anna Zoll was erected. In 1796-1797 War of Revolutionary France with Austria began. After defeat near Austerlitz, on the basis of the peace treaty of 1805 Napoleon I transferred Tyrol of Bavaria in Pressburg. In 1809 liberating War of Tyroleans began Mainz, Bavaria and France under the leadership of the shepherd Andreas Hofer. In this war Tyroleans won victories 3 times, but for the 4th time Napoleon won and Hofer in 1810 was shot in Mantua. Tyrol passed under the power of Bavaria again, however according to the decision of the Vienna Congress of 1814 is returned to Austria again. In 1938 Hitler made an Anschluss of Austria. Tyrol was a part of Nazi Germany. On May 15, 1955 according to the decision of Ministers of Foreign Affairs of the winner countries of Austria it was again recreated as the sovereign democratic, neutral state in borders of 1938. City transport is presented by tram and buses. The last trolleybus line was liquidated in 2007. It was decided to rely on further development of a tram system. In the city there is an international airport Kranbitten. The railway station, the Western Station, is one of stations of a system of the Tyrolean S-Bahn. The Burgomaster to Christina Oppitzbleier. The electoral list of Fur Innsbruck. By results of elections of 2012. Council of Representatives of the Commune. Consists of 40 places. The OFP takes 9 places. Green take 8 places. The SPO takes 6 places. The FIO takes 3 places. The electoral list of Rudi Federspiel takes 3 places. The electoral list of Tiroler Seniorenbund takes 1 place. The Piratenpartie Tirol Party takes 1 place. Science and Education. The Innsbruck University of Leopold and Franz is founded in 1677. Important event of cultural life of Innsbruck, annual. Since 1976. A summer festival of ancient music, the world's largest festival of such profile. In the city International Film Festival Innsbruck, the International Film Festival which includes competitive and out-of-competition programs and also numerous thematic actions is annually carried up. Architecture and sites. In the city there are 11 churches. In Franciscaner Court, a marble cenotaph of the Emperor Maximilian I. 5 monasteries, Jesuit Board, Ferdinandium or the Tyrolean National Museum, the Ambras Lock. Besides, in the downtown there is Leopold's Fountain, which the first ever equestrian statue on 2 points of support crowns probably. The city hosted the Winter Olympic Games twice in 1964 and 1976. Innsbruck received Games of 1976 after refusal of Denver because of a failure of a referendum on financing of Games. Except Innsbruck, only 2 more cities hosted the Winter Olympic Games twice, the Swiss St. Moritz and the American Lake Placid. In 1968 the city hosted the 5 Winter Universiade. In the suburb of Innsbruck, 2 Abels, the sliding track is located. In 2005 in Innsbruck on the Olympia World Arena there took place matches of the World Ice Hockey Championship, including 2 quarterfinals: Canada, Slovakia and Sweden, Switzerland. Semifinals and the final took place in Vienna. In 2008 at Stadium of Tivoli Ake in Innsbruck 3 matches of the European Football Championship, including 2 games of a group stage with participation of Russian national team, were held. Russia, Spain 1-4 and Russia, Sweden 2-0. In Innsbruck the football club Wacker is based. In 2012 in the city the first Winter Youth Olympic Games are held. In May 2013 the World Cup on a bouldering is held. In New Year's Days on a springboard of Begeisel annually there passes one of stages of a prestigious tour of 4 springboards. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.